Well guys, you all might remember when his royal wokeness, the Prince of Soy, and his lefty cumbucket missus were interfering in the US election, essentially telling people to vote for Joe Biden. I actually covered this the other day, but it seems a congressman is now demanding that Harry and Meghan are stripped of their royal titles for interfering, like I said, in the US election. Now some of you might be sitting there saying, well, they stepped down from the royal, so they have no royal title. But yes, they do. They have the Duke and Duchess titles. They are bestowed upon them by the Queen, and they are a gift that obviously can be taken away. And like the congressman, I actually think they should. We all know the royal family are meant to stay politically neutral. They do it for this country, and they are supposed to do it for every other country. I am sure their friends have helped Meghan convince the Prince of Soy to do as he is told. Now Breitbart picked up on this yesterday with the headline, Congressman demands Harry and Meghan be stripped of royal titles for interfering in the US election. Republican Congressman Jason Smith has written to the British government demanding that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle be stripped of their royal titles, claiming that the couple is using their royal status to interfere in the election against President Trump, which obviously they are. Not only are they doing that, but they're also using their platform to do it, which was gained by them being a part of the royal family, especially in the case of the Prince of Soy, but even Meghan Markle to some degree, since she was a second-rate actor before. The Missouri lawmaker accused the royal couple of trying to use their titles to campaign against President Donald Trump's campaign, violating the tradition of the British royal family to abstain from interfering in political matters, as I said earlier. In a letter addressed to the British ambassador to the United States, Karen Pierce, Congressman Smith wrote, "As you know, the British royal family has long observed a policy of strict neutrality in regard to political matters. I am therefore concerned by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's recent comments regarding the United States presidential election, especially given international conversation surrounding foreign interference in our elections and the Duke's status as a guest of the United States, which I have to say I 100% agree with. As a guest of the United States, he should be shutting his mouth, and so should obviously be Meghan Markle. She can go and vote if she wants and do all of that, but she shouldn't be talking about anything like that. At the end of the day, she married a British prince. She would have been told back then what the situation was." It goes on, "I respectfully request the British government ensures the Duke and Duchess of Sussex no longer attempt to interfere in our election or be stripped of all titles, styles and privileges which they currently retain. I respectfully request you convey these concerns to both Her Majesty the Queen and Her Majesty's government," Smith added. And if memory serves, I'm sure there was an article that said the Queen had requested Prince Harry come back to England because she needed to speak to him. Maybe that is the reason why. It goes on, Prince Harry and Meghan resigned from their roles as working royals earlier this year in order to pursue private money-making ventures and to further their activist causes, which is something we already knew. The couple lost their HRH titles and their public funding. However, they retained their royal titles, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, as a courtesy, which is something I also said earlier. It is my view the titles and privileges they retain by permission of Her Majesty the Queen, given with the advice and consent of her government, prevent the Duke and Duchess from separating comments made in a personal capacity from their official position within the British royal family, Representative Smith wrote. Which is obviously 100% factually correct, and he's got them essentially by their soy boy balls or cumbucket beef curtains, whichever ones you want to call it. Smith said that the couple's efforts in America represent a serious breach of the British royal family's policy of political neutrality and an inappropriate act of domestic interference by one of our closest allies. Therefore, by allowing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to retain their titles and these political comments to continue, the British government is effectively condoning interference in the 2020 United States presidential election from officials at the highest levels of the British establishment, he concluded. Which, let's be honest, at the moment the British government is making themselves look like a bunch of cunts every single day. In September, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a video urging Americans to vote, which is what this is all about and something I covered in the video I made about this. President Trump responded to the couple's video in a characteristically forthright manner, indicating that he was not a fan of Prince Harry's wife and wishing him a lot of luck with her because he's going to need it. You gotta fucking love Trump, ain't you, with that shit. If only Boris Johnson had half the ballsack that President Trump seems to have. You would never see something like that from old bumbling Boris, that is for sure. Radical feminist Gloria Steinem also revealed in September that she and the lefty spunk trumpet had embarked on a cold-calling campaign to Americans, urging them to vote. Steinem claimed the effort was done on the initiative of the Duchess of Sussex. Now obviously, if that's true, surely that's evidence enough to strip them of these titles. Let's hope the Queen and the government actually go and do do it. I am highly doubtful that they will. And we all know that they support BLM and they've been a critic of Donald Trump, Orange Man bad and all that bullshit. Now, well done to this congressman for sending this letter, and hopefully the government and the Queen, like I said, will actually act on it. I'm not confident that they will, but like I said, we can always hope. These pair of tosspots need to keep their nose out of the US election, but let's be honest, no one really gives a shit what they say. They are probably just sending more people over to Donald Trump. A bit like the cringe fest that was the video of the naked celebrities the other week.